Hey, what's up, everybody from Wessel out in Los Angeles? It's a beautiful Friday. I think it's almost 5 o'clock, I think, right now, so I'd say evening. Like out here in LA. Got nice skies. Sitting here at a different location, Hollenbeck Park, I believe. I like to come here in the afternoons to get a little bit, in the evenings, to get out of the house a little bit after a long day of, work. Today's vlog is going to be about a project that I'm working on right now that I'm super excited about. I've been hitting up a lot of people about it, and I've been getting a lot of positive reception, which is really exciting for me. It's my meditation mats. It's kind of an idea that I stumbled upon a little while back thanks to a friend of mine. He saw a painting that I did on some raw canvas, a 3x3, 3 foot by 3 foot. He looked at it, and it apparently just struck such a chord with him that he had to buy it. And it was kind of funny because he tentatively asked me, hey, would you mind if I use this for meditation? And I'm like, yeah, feel free. And he's like, do you mind if I sit on it? And that was kind of like an interesting, weird question, because it's like, can you sit on my painting? And I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, I thought about his motivations and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? That's it. Yeah, please do use it, because like that border and separation between art and life and all this other stuff that we put on a wall and never admire it, never take part in it, never do anything other than look at it and think about it. It just, and so like in the terms of using meditation for healing and for like self-improvement, I was like, yeah, man, do it. And so that sparked an idea in me to do the same thing for myself. Like, the first one that I'll end up showing you was kind of the birth from a different series that I'm doing that's getting a lot of my anger out. And I had finished a series of the pieces that were full of red, black, yellow, white, and just so angry. And I just like, I have to balance it out. And so what came out was my own meditation mat. So the idea that my buddy sparked in me, like, suddenly came out in something later on, like I think it was about a month later. And so I started to use it as a meditation mat, as a way to focus and all this other jazz. And so since I started that, I've been meditating daily, almost daily. And it's like, just because of it being a focal point and all this other stuff, not all this other stuff, just being a focal point and giving me something to think about, and just something about the colors vibrate with an energy that I'm trying to attain, and it means something to me. And so it's just very interesting how the energies resonate with it. And so, like, having done that for myself, I was like, hey, how about some other people? Would other people be interested in something like this? Because I think there's a lot of people who meditate who, like, everybody has their own tactic that they go about it. Some are taught, some are self-taught. And it's just like, any tool that we can use to help us get to where we want to go, to, I like to say, achieve our intention, is just huge. And it's just like realizing I have an artistic ability to be able to do something, to be able to create a lens for others to focus, like their energy to be able to achieve their intention. I was like, hey, that might be kind of a cool idea. So let me take you through some of the paintings that I've done so far for the idea. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next part. Alright, so let's get that focus back. There we go. This is Gravity's Well. This is my own meditation mat that I created for myself. Got a little bit of that light dappling from going through the trees. And so this was the first one that I did for myself, basically, as a way to infuse a very specific kind of energy. Like I said, it came at the end of this huge series. Not a huge series, only like 3 or 4 paintings I'd done at that point, of all this anger spewing out. And I was like, hey, I need to fill the void with something positive, something better, something. I just can't have a void there after venting all that negativity. And so, like, I started with like a gold and a light blue and a dark blue, and I just started like layering color upon color, sticking with that energy of like that surging motion of like coming out from the center, and you can feel it in some of the strokes, like as they swirl and turn around. And yeah, this was like the first one that I used, and I call it Gravity's Well. It took a while for the name to come about, but after doing like 2 or 3 meditation sessions, like this thing, like you sit on it and you start meditating, and the next thing you know, you fall into this deep slump. And it's just like you're pulled deep down into it, like right, basically like that. And like I said, the construction on this is like a 3x3 raw cotton canvas. It's like, I believe, a 12 ounce. And I would want to do for like the main series more like a 16 ounce if possible. because it's just heavier and more sturdy. Like this is gonna last a long time, but I think the heavier canvas lasts a lot longer. And there was, well, I'll get to the other ideas in a second. Let me go through the next one then. So this is mine. I will never sell this. This is how I meditate. I love it. And this was the second one that I kind of did for this. Well, not kind of, I did for this. This one is, I tentatively named it Waves. The person who buys it will be the one that names it in the end, I think. That'd be the best. Because I want people to make it theirs. I painted it, but it was meant to be a lens to focus intentions and feelings in a very specific energy. And for this one, I kind of felt like I wanted to be calm, like just like in the whirlpool of comfort. You know, this calm blue shade with, if you look closely, you can see there's also like turquoise and greens in there that are swashed around. And it's like when somebody sits on this, I want them to feel just almost like in the womb again, because those gentle currents pulling you about, finding your centers again, moving around with it. And so, yeah, same thing again, 3x3, 12-ounce cotton. And so you can kind of see the similar themes that I was going for between this one, which is so different than this one, because this was meant to infuse energy, and this was meant just to calm down. The next one is where I go completely off the rocker and change my tactics completely. Now, this one took a minute to figure out, like after I painted, like what all was up with it. And what basically came out in my mind as I thought about it, because if you look very closely, like there's just like screaming energy. And like when I was talking about those anger paintings before, this was kind of in that same bracket of just like the stresses of daily life, that intensity of just like everything always bombarding you all at once. And all of a sudden, like when I threw this blue down and I stepped back and I looked at it, I was just like suspended above all that insanity, separated by everything by a thin blue line. And it's just like you have so much going on in the daily chaos of life, but this mat is meant to be that blue moment that you're suspended above it all. It separates you. It kind of came from how, like, my buddy described the painting that he bought for me, that he called Life Static. And I wish I had a picture of it. I'll get it soon. We're meeting up on Sunday, and I'll get it then. But for this, I wanted to do the vlog. I just wanted to do the vlog today. So yeah, like the detail in here, like this is all just different random techniques that I've picked up over time. Like I need to do bunches more. Just, well, I love to paint, but also to figure out like a more of a specific vocabulary, because right now it's all just rough colors and lines, and like the other abstracts I've done. Oh man, helicopters! So we'll let it pass by for a second. Just like looking at that. This one I use almost daily. I love sitting on her. It's just like I hope that it feels like I infuse that very specific energy into these, because when I look at them, that's what resonates with me. So these are the examples of the different mats that I've done so far, and I want to do more and more of, finding people who would be interested in this project to find or possess a meditation mat like this. Like some of the upgrades that I plan to do to these is, like what I want to is, like you see, like the material itself, I want to get a second piece to put underneath, and then in between, oh that's just grass, but in between like a second layer in this one, put like memory foam or something like that. Because not everybody can just take just solid ground, and it hurts their butts. So that's one upgrade. I was going to do it with like, maybe learn to stitch myself and do some like leather work, just so it has more of that custom feel to it. There's a bunch of different upgrades and tweaks that I have in mind, but it's like I wanted to get this idea moving because it just resonates, and honestly it scares the crap out of me, because it's like how most things are. I think the stuff that scares you the most is the stuff you most have to do, because it's going to be the most important, I guess. And it's like you got to follow that energy, because we're scared of change, we're scared of doing things, and it's like, but doing things that we're scared of is the thing that makes us grow. And yeah, meditation on a daily basis and creating has definitely brought about a lot of different epiphanies or thoughts. So yeah, this is my meditation mat project. You see my original one, Gravity's Well, and then we have tentatively Waves, or whatever the person who buys it wants to name it. This one, I think I had a name for it, but honestly, the person who purchased this one, I really want to hear what they want to call it, because abstract is the craziest, and when it's focused or meant to focus like this, I think it's really dope. So, all right, let me. Whoa. So yeah, that's the meditation mat project that I'm working on right now. There's a lot to it that I got to get done, that I'm in the process of doing, and oh man, it's a lot of fun though. Like I said, the feedback so far is all pretty positive. I've gotten some good advice from different people about different things, like construction issues, like stepping on people's toes issues. It's just when it comes to different beliefs and like how meditation and done is all that, and it's just like having to pre-think out a lot of answers to a lot of different questions that I'm sure people are going to have about this. And luckily I've got a lot of people that are getting back to me about it, so yeah, hopefully I'll be able to throw it into a very specific proposal pretty soon. Either way, I'm going to keep on using mine, and my buddy's going to keep on using his, so hopefully I'll be able to find some other people that'll be interested in it. And yeah, I think I might be doing a Kickstarter hopefully in the next week or two with that. Yeah, I just want to get moving on that really fast. The sooner the better. So yeah, that was my vlog for the day, and now to the business part. If you like my art and you'd like to collect, my Patreon, you can find that one at I am Wessel, so go to patreon.com and check me out. I am Wessel. Either become a subscriber or help me buy a cup of coffee every month or hit me up for a commission. All of that's cool. Or if you don't want to do that, hit them up my merch site at iamwessel.com. Should be able to find some of my paintings and stuff on totes and shirts and jazz like that. Whew, that's a big fly that just landed on my arm. Whew. And yeah, if you're not interested in buying anything, that's completely okay. Like, shares, comments, always appreciated. And if you don't want to do that, just you be coming by and appreciating is good enough for me. So yeah, I think that's it, all the business side of it. So I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday, and I will see you guys at the next vlog.